this lesson, we're going to look at the final part of your research paper, your thesis, or your dissertation. That is the reference list. All of the citations you've made are listed out in detail. You know, this is the part people often put off until last, but actually you should be doing this the whole time you're doing your research paper. Most important is, before I send out a paper, before I send my research, this is the part I spend a lot of time on to make sure it's right. Your thesis, your dissertation, your research paper, you know there's no perfect research. Research always has something that can be questioned. The methodology, the sample size, the sample frame, something with the statistics, the hypothesis, there's always something that can be questioned. However, one thing is certain. If your reference list is inconsistent, has problems, looks unprofessional, that sends a message to the reviewer. This person can't do the thing that is objective. The one thing in your research paper that can be perfect, that is easy to do if instructions are followed, they don't do it. To me, that always sends a very clear signal. This is not a serious researcher, and it makes me question all of the rest of the research. Is it really serious? Is this really at a level that I can pass? So let's look at the APA system first. Now, of course, the very first question we come to, the very first issue we have to answer is, how do you list your list? You know, what's the order of the list? And that's very simple. It's alphabetized list. Now, alphabetized by surname, that is family name. As I said previously in the last lesson, my name is Clyde A. Warden. So Warden is the surname, the family name, the last name. That's the name that's used for making the list order. The key point to remember is that nothing precedes something. That means if you have a letter and then nothing, and then you have a letter and an A, then nothing is before the A. Nothing comes before something. It's a little bit confusing. Anyway, see if you can kind of just adopt the idea. Sometimes you have an empty space or a word that comes to an end and another word that is a longer word. So for example, if I could do something like this, I could say, I have a reference, I have a name of an author that's ABC. Then I have another author that's AB. The question is, which one goes first? The AB goes first, ABC goes second, because this last bit is nothing. And nothing precedes something. So that's that basic idea. Okay, so we were just saying that this is so important. Well, let me give you the exact specific rule about this, which journals follow, and many people are not aware that it is not the job of the journal. It is not the job of the editor to fix references. The responsibility for references is with who? Is it with the editor? No, it's not with the editor. Is it with a proofreader? No, it's not the proofreader. Is it the printer? No, it's not. The responsibility of the references being correct is 100% the author's responsibility, and that is true of every journal, low level or high level. Sometimes authors, researchers think I'm sending it to a really famous journal, a really good journal. They're going to make sure things are correct. And they may do some things. They may double check. They may make some effort. But that doesn't mean that they're responsible. They may do nothing, and I've had journals do all the way from nothing to something, and they can find mistakes I've made. But that doesn't mean they find all my mistakes. That's the key point. So you need to do your best job, and then hopefully the journal, when it goes to printing, that very last step, they will try to catch anything that's a big mistake. But it's not their responsibility. It's your responsibility. It's my responsibility as the author. So keep that in mind. Very important.